I'm saying you couldn't want no ribs or nothing like that. No, a burger.
I wanted to have my mouth like set for this. Like that's what I want.
Salmon is overrated to a certain degree too.
Here we go, Pat.
I feel like you say everything is overrated.
Wait a minute, Chilean sea bass, a nice sea bass that they make. I mean, good sea bass will trump salmon any day.
Only if Ken Starr doesn't make it, and the only other person is the guy that used to be the chef at the Four Seasons at the Fountain Room, who is now the chef at the Union League.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Listen, I want that's when you have your mouth ready for something, it's like this is what I want today.
Absolutely.
So yes.
So I'll call and see that.
Thank you.
Praise the Lord.
The best bishop in the whole entire world.
You don't understand. I appreciate it.
She's spoiled.
I'm trying to be like
look at her. She's all happy.
You don't see my feet kicking, but they are.
They're not touching the ground.
I'm pretty sure. No, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure.
They're not touching the ground. They just swinging.
Shut up.
Are they trying to say you're diminutive?
I'm a little tiny. That's okay.
They're saying you're vertically challenged?
Oh, just a little bit. Just a little bit. I accept it now, though. I used to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Really?
The Bible says not to worry about your stature one bit.
Listen.
Yes, come on, Zacchaeus. That's right.
Bible
Jesus will see you.
Your stature.
God knew not to make me 5'6". He was like, no, she needs to be humble. I'm like, okay, fine.
Thomas, I never said bacon was overrated. That is a devil. Bacon is the truth. Bacon goes on everything and makes it right.
That's right. Somebody said they heard you said it was overrated.
I never said nothing like that. I love bacon.
Everything is overrated.
No. I said potato. I said potato salad is not that good.
Agreed.
See? Right.
Potato salad is trash.
Right? It's thank you, Desiree. Thank you, Desiree. Candy corn is a spawn of Satan. Okay? Candy corn is disgusting.
That's very intense.
It is. Salmon is just blah. It's like, but black people
depends on who cooks it.
That's true. But black people too. Seafood to them is a delicacy. Shrimp, delicacy.
But we cook the life out of stuff too.
Now, see, you ever have like really tough salmon? Like somebody just cook all of the juices out of it. It's just really bad.
It's horrible that way.
No thanks. That's not what I want.
That's like how black people make their vegetables too. It's like
I never knew that broccoli was supposed to have a dark green. Like I thought it was always supposed to be light green.
No, but black folk cook their vegetables till they represent baby food.
Yeah, it's like
it's no longer a vegetable.
It's all messed up. Now you notice we haven't started talking about hot dogs yet and bologna. So Maya's not excited at all.
Right, that's why she ain't saying it.
All I heard was hot dogs. I knew there was some sort of shade in there.
You're not engaged in the conversation.
Right.
I can't hear you guys.
Something about a ballpark Frank.
Yeah, she go right off. And Maya, I saw a bag of Lucky Charms, just marshmallows. They're selling just the marshmallows. I'm sure you.
I have those.
You have. That's like diabetes waiting to happen.
First off, those marshmallows.
Everything in moderation.
They are stale.
Lucky Charms is good. I don't know what y'all talking about.
Trash.
What?
Trash. Lucky Charms are good.
They still sell that stuff.
Trash.
Thank you, Bishop.
Cinnamon Toast
Lucky
Crunch.
Charms. Wasn't that a cereal at one time?
Yeah, they still sell it. That's Maya's favorite cereal.
Oh, good grief, Maya.
It's good.
Lucky Charms?
Yeah.
Lucky Charms.
You might as well eat Captain Crunch.
I eat that too.
Don't sleep on Captain Crunch.
Captain Crunch is pretty good.
It's the berries.
It's got to be the sweetest cereal in the world.
Captain Crunch, though, will rip up your mouth if you're not careful.
Yes. Oh my God.
You gotta make sure your cereal soak a little bit.
I feel like you might want to on the top of your roof of your mouth.
Put sugar on their Captain Crunch.
Who puts sugar on their Captain Crunch?
No,
Oh, that's too
already.
sweet. Oh no.
That's sweet.
Okay.
That's
There's hope.
Yeah.
No.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch is still the best, probably the best cereal.
Oh,
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Because you can taste the cinnamon
milk is good afterwards.
The milk afterwards.
Cinnamon what?
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Yeah.
Their commercials are a little twisted though. They have them in there eating each other. It's like, what's going on? It's a lot.
Yeah, these commercials out here are a little suspect. You gotta watch these things now. They a little crazy.
They're intent for children, I think.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You want?
Yeah.
We should do a fresh panel, be a cereal off where we go through the best top 10 cereals. That would be fun.
I got Fruity Pebbles at the top.
Good to eat them.
What's that?
Fruity Pebbles.
What's your top three, Kevin? Fruity
Mine?
Pebbles.
Who said Fruity Pebbles?
Yo, Fruity Pebbles are good though.
That's
Fruity
not
Pebbles.
good.
No.
That's top 5, but that's not even number 5.
Oh no.
Listen, Fruity Pebbles, Frosted Flakes, and Lucky Charms top 3.
Garbage. And see, Kevin
Everything
English.
gives you a sugar high. That explains a lot, Kevin.
It does, doesn't it, Bishop?
It does.
Like, I was going to say, it makes sense.
So I'm glad that you're on that side with the Lucky Charms side under Maya, because Lucky Charms you can leave it.
Mhm.
No.
Honestly, though, like you can't sleep on the adult cereals like Special K. Like those.
Oh yeah, they're good.
That's good.
Desiree, how old are you? Special K. Special K.
I'm an adult.
You
Patrick.
no, you're not. You're like 17.
I'm a full grown adult.
You like those nasty General Mills fruit the original fruit nuts thing
No, I
what
said
them called?
Special K. You're doing a
green
lot.
things?
No.
Look, it's Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Frosted Flakes, and Honey Nut Cheerios. Honey Nut Cheerios.
What about Honey Smacks? Honey Smacks are good too.
That's with the weird looking frog, right?
Yeah.
Well, first off, let's back up. First off, some of us did not have. Some of us had generic cereal. It wasn't Frosted Flakes. It was like Sugar Flakes. It was like it was in a bag.
It was the ShopRite brand.
Because we couldn't afford regular Kellogg's and
It was the ShopRite brand. Don't sleep on the ShopRite brand. Wait until something was on sale so you get the.
I haven't heard anybody mention Cheerios.
Well, Honey Nut Cheerios, yeah.
Yeah,
Honey Nut Cheerios though.
Cheerios.
Honey
Raisin Bran.
No,
Raisin Bran Crunch.
Bishop.
Raisin Bran Crunch.
No, no raisin.
I can't get down with the Raisin brand.
You guys are addicted to sugar. That's the problem.
Wait, I said Special K. Special K doesn't have sugar.
Gives me a headache. It's so sweet.
Raisin Bran gets soggy too quick, so Raisin Bran Crunch allows you to doesn't get as soggy.
Raisin Bran will tear your stomach up. You keep moving it.
You're supposed to eat the cereal, not like K when you're eating. You're supposed to eat the cereal.
You know, we're all like kids on the inside watching TV, just scooping it. Just you can't get a small bowl. It's gotta be bits big and.
Lucky Charms is getting killed on our feed here.
Yeah, Lucky Charms.
Lucky Charms is trash. That's why the people know. The people
Chocolate
know.
rice checks. That's messing up the rice checks.
Rice checks. What are those?
Does anybody here drink coffee?
I do.
Yeah.
Okay. How do you drink yours, Kevin English?
I use dark roast coffee and 1 cup of creamer.
Okay. How do you take yours, Pastor Nick?
Just a little bit of creamer, no sugar. I'm good.
That's it?
Yep, just a little bit. Yep.
All right.
Unless it's the French press coffee or Jamaican. What's the Blue Mountain Jamaican coffee?
Jamaican Blue.
Jamaican Blue. I drink them. I can drink them black.
Yep. I like mine black with no sugar.
Yes. Look at them. They're all like, yeah.
Grown folks coffee.
Yeah, y'all got the coffee. I like the smell.
Yeah, I like the smell of it. I'm a tea person.
Keefe, I'm with you. Wheaties are great.
Wheaties?
Yeah, man.
Yup.
Frosted Wheaties.
The
No.
breakfast of champions.
No. I have a Wheaties shirt and I don't like Wheaties. No. It's not good.
We're going to do a cereal off one day and just kind of have some fun on that. That'd be cool.
Okay.
We can talk trash on that.
We need a full list of crunch level, sweetness level, how
we need to do a poll on the Facebook page,
exactly.
What's the best cereal?
Yeah.
And we have to do the theme songs that go along with it.
Theme
Did
song.
anybody say Fruit
All
Loop?
cereals have a theme song.
That's true. Yeah.
Ooh.
The commercials. Yep.
Yep.
Corn Pops, man.
Corn Pops. Oh.
I'm trying to think. What cereals have theme songs? Am I missing something?
It's
They're
either got
more than good. They're great.
Thanks, Maya.
That's Frosted Flakes.
You're right. Okay, that makes sense.
That is funny.
Oh,
So you know I've learned sugar too. Coffee. You ever put cinnamon in your coffee?
I have had cinnamon in it before. I prefer it without it though. But
They
cinnamon's not bad.
yeah, they say it's good for your health too to put a little bit in there, and I tried it once.
That little bit's not going to help your health at all.
Okay, I thought I was doing something.
No. You got to put some real cinnamon.
All right, y'all. We're going to get into some serious topics. We're glad that you all can watch us. We've been just bantering. Y'all do us a favor and share as always. Let people know that we're on today, Fr3sh Friday. We're so glad that Bishop is with us again because we're going to talk about some serious stuff tonight. Yeah, we're going to talk about some serious stuff tonight, and we need to hear the perspective of all generations. Bishop,
you needed somebody old on the panel. That was a nice way of saying that. Okay.
we needed a boomer.
Okay.
I am a tweener, Gen X, millennial.
Oh God.
He's gonna hold on to this tweener.
I am
Forever.
gonna hold on to it. I am gonna hold on to it forever.
I still didn't get that article that you talking about.
I forgot. I'm gonna send it to you.
Okay.
And then we have our millennial crowd, but we want to talk about the whole social justice movement, voting. To me, I think that Bishop, the millennials are going through the same cycle that y'all did, and somewhat having the same response as the younger folk, like the Stokely Carmichaels and them of their time. So it's really nothing new.
Where did this information come from?
What information? Where?
Thomas Bird.
I think he said he was from Chester or something like that before. Oh,
is it true?
Yes.
I think you talked about that before, didn't you?
Yes.
You did talk about that, right? Yeah.
I went to the Nationals. Yeah.
Good job. See?
What?
Whoa! Congratulations.
Yeah.
Come on, Bishop.
Yeah, I went to the Nationals.
Yeah, praise the Lord.
This man is a celebrity.
You are.
Right.
Wow.
Wants to be under the anointing tonight.
Right.
Let that oil flow down.
It wasn't that hard. All you had to do is be the champion in your conference. That puts you, in the Nationals, and then you go a couple rounds.
If that was easy, everybody would
Right.
do
Right.
it. Right.
It's not that hard. Just be the best.
That's what's up, Bishop.
Yeah,
Right.
that is amazing.
I know. Bishop is. I was thinking about this yesterday. Bishop and his generation, from a pastoral standpoint, I think I want to do a live on Pastors and Sons again. On
So good.
most pastors from his generation seem like Renaissance men.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you be able to do it all: music, sound, preaching, everything.
Okay.
A lot of our generation doesn't have that same kind of. I don't know if it's required as much, since we're not builders as much as y'all.
That's the easy explanation right there.
Okay.
We got thrown into a dimension where if you didn't have it, you had to learn it.
Okay.
And then by the time we get to be 50 or 60, pattern recognition has made us proficient in those areas.
Okay.
You listen to enough choirs, you know the difference between a good one and a bad one. That kind of thing.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
They put me up on the board, I wouldn't know what to do.
Okay. The tech stuff.
But I can hear all the tech stuff.
Right.
Yeah. So
that's true. That is true. And in our side, we know the tech stuff, the social media stuff. We don't have all that. Like you be hearing stuff, and I'm like, okay.
That practical experience, I don't think you all have that as much as we did.
Yes.
But we were weaned on practical experience.
Right. That is so true. Oh, that's a whole nother conversation, though. But Bishop, the young people now are fighting for the same stuff that your generation was fighting for. With George Floyd, with especially the most recent one with Jacob Blake. What's your perspective on this generational bridge between y'all generation and this generation on this movement?
I think the experience that we can bring, especially with the understanding of the system, can bring some wisdom to the movement. The passion that the younger generation has is needed. It was the passion that we had. The passion that positioned John Lewis to be hurt several times. That's how passionate he was about the movement, and that was in his youth. But he became the bearer of wisdom for the movement later in life. And then he did something that we have to do, or this next generation has to do. He protested and then occupied a place of power.
Yeah.
So that he could not just be at the table, because they'll let you come to the table, but they won't give you a menu.
Right.
What Lewis did was get to the table, got the menu, and ordered the food. You know,
Wow.
so it's not enough just to be invited into the room. And most of us, when we're young, we are pleased to be there. But I think now that with the way things are going, the passion of the movement and the wisdom of the movement have to work together.
Right.
And the passion of the movement has to want to obtain the positions that begin to get leverage or put leverage on the system.
Yeah. It seems like this generation, a portion of them want to protest, do all the talking, but don't want to vote. Did you have people in your generation that say, I'm not voting either?
Not nearly as much as I hear it now.
Okay.
Because we realized it wasn't a matter of personality, and that no candidate offers everything you agree with. So some people would say it's the lesser of two evils, but what we really were looking at is how much of their platform can we support?
Okay.
But there's this new thing now, and maybe you guys can explain it to me. Is there anything wrong with supporting someone, but disagreeing with some of the things that they do?
Y'all take the floor.
I personally don't see anything wrong with it. I mean, maybe because I'm 30 and I had a chance to vote a couple times. But to me, I already know you're not going to get everything that you want. I already know that some people are going to have past and everything that you disagree with. But what I do look at as far as like how are you going to impact my future, and more importantly now like how are you going to impact my daughter's future.
And you know what else is? I don't know if I'm sure you have noticed, but women got tired of being excluded.
Yeah.
So not only did women get involved in the system by voting, women started running for office.
Yeah.
And more women are represented in Congress and the Senate now than there has been in history. It's been a wave of women, which means they're going to be able to influence legislation that concerns them. So we can't back away from the political process. We have to impact the political process. And the first thing you have to do is start voting with consistency.
Yeah.
Because, I started posting last week about, your vote, your vote is your voice. Open your mouth. I put hashtag open your mouth. Get involved. To protest and then not vote is a lost cause.
Yes.
Yeah. And this generation, I've heard people say, this is the most foolish thing in the world. I'd rather take the current administration over the other one because both of them are just as bad. I'm like,
no, nobody's as bad as Trump.
Jesus.
I've lived through, I don't know how many presidents. Yeah. And in my lifetime, I've never seen one this close to being dictatorial. Nixon wasn't this bad.
Yeah.
And Nixon was bad.
Yeah.
So that's a statement that gives me an excuse not to go vote.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Divine opportunity. Voting is a divine opportunity. So divine opportunity is often inconvenient.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just going to say, I feel like it also ties into our generation's kind of commitment issue that we have across the board. So it's like you have to choose somebody, and a lot of people say, oh, I get anxiety when I have to choose something, or I'd rather just go with whatever and see what happens. So and that's like when it's voting or anything, that in general our generation just seems to have this type of mentality.
Well, somebody explained to me, then why complain if you don't want to participate? If you say whatever happens, happens, why complain for 4 years?
It's easy to point the finger, I guess.
What's the mindset? Is it just I want to criticize, but I don't want to help change?
Yeah, I honestly think that a lot of people in our generation they want to say that they did something by, oh, let me post it. I went to this protest. But instead of actually, the real protest is by going to the polls and voting.
Right.
They just want to post to say, yeah, I did this. Okay. A couple months ago, I protested, and that should be it. No, it's like you said, it's a consistent fight. You have to stay consistent with it. And by showing that consistency, you're showing that, okay, not only am I protesting, but I'm also going to the polls, I'm voting, I'm also educating myself, and I'm also educating those that are connected to me, because, you know, our generation loves group chats, right? So if you learned about things and educate yourself about it, why don't you just put it in a group chat and educate your friend, your cousin, your you know, that's what gets me mad about people that just do it for a front. You just want to say that you did it instead of actually putting some action to it.
I think my generation made some mistakes that your generation can learn from.
Yes.
We learned two things. They don't mind if we burn down our own neighborhoods.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not overly concerned if we burn down theirs because they have insurance.
Correct.
Yep.
So their neighborhoods and their businesses get repaired in months.
Mm-hmm.
And our neighborhoods and our cities dominated by people of color take 20, 30, and 40 years to recover.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's the mistake we made, thinking that damaging property was going to make a difference.
Yeah.
All damaging property is going to do is, once they reopen, is a raise in prices.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Yep. And the most recent one in Philly, when they were tearing West Philly up, the people were saying, "Okay, y'all burn down all of the drugstores. Where are your grandmom, your aunt, and them are going to go get their medication from?"
Yeah.
So
they got to take a bus all the way 40 minutes out of the way
Right.
to go get their medication, but they weren't thinking.
People think short term.
But then when stores move out of the neighborhood,
Yeah.
because the insurance risk is too high, we complain about the fact that no one comes in.
Yeah.
But why would I come in?
Yeah.
That's so
Literally.
true.
I think there's some ownership that we have to take. I get the system can create a mindset and a nature. I get that. But one thing I love about our ancestors, in spite of that system, they learned to grow under it.
Well, yeah, and because we learned, don't burn it down, don't buy from it.
Yep.
Correct.
Yep.
Economic boycotts actually work. Economic boycotts actually make people listen.
Yeah.
But if you're breaking the windows out of my store and stealing my goods, I'm calling my insurance company.
I think that like with our generation, everything like Kevin mentioned is kind of like for the gram. So like it has to be like trendy, you know? So right now buying black is trendy. So what happens in the next 6 months when it isn't trendy? Like, are we going back to Target? You know what I mean? So it's like, it has to, it can't just be like the word that I kept hearing and seeing was performative. Like, it can't just be like, oh, I'm black down to the socks today. It's like, if you're going to be about it all the time.
24/7.
Yeah.
That's so true.
Yeah. And I think that's where here it is. Democrats make social media posts. Republicans vote.
Yes.
And that's what they're missing. They'll protest, say all the stuff like that, but we'll stay home. But them jokers that don't post that much, they will vote all the time.
Because we vote by being destructive. They vote by going to the polls.
Yep.
So the destruction is our opinion.
Yeah.
Their opinion is the vote.
Right.
Why? Because behavior is an interpretation of environment.
Yep. And people, Bernice King said, her dad did say, Martin Luther King did say that riots were the language of the unheard. And she said, I need you guys to contextualize what he said. He was basically explaining what was happening. He wasn't justifying what was happening.
Absolutely.
He was just saying when people are that upset, the only way they know how to take out their rage is to be to do things like that.
Yeah.
He's trying to explain the point, not demonize the people, but not necessarily agree with it, though.
I think also what Dr. King was trying to reveal is that when we destroy property, ours or someone else's, we're actually playing into the system.
We're actually painting that narrative that they're trying to sell in the media.
Absolutely. We're playing into the system, and they don't care if we scream.
Yep.
They do. The thing that they don't want to happen, which is why this post office thing is going like it is, mailboxes snatched off the street. I've talked to some postal employees from around the country. They literally came in and took out the machines that make them efficient.
Yep.
Wow.
They're attacking the possibility that people may try to vote.
Yep. Yep. And if your vote wasn't that important, why would they try to take it away?
Absolutely. And if they didn't think without these advantages they would win, they wouldn't see. This is the first time Postal Service has been impacted like this.
Yep.
So that's not a winning mindset. Does not think we need to impede the vote.
Right.
So we're playing into their hands.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. And they are sending in, because you notice the riots now are not just people of color. They're, I mean, it's a multi-ethnic thing.
Yeah.
And they're planting people in these neighborhoods that are white to help destroy some of these neighborhoods.
To encourage us to fall into the same trap that we historically have fallen into.
Well, they were planting bricks and stuff in the first riots. They were literally bricks like dropped off. So
you know, we weren't bringing a truckload of bricks into our own neighborhood. They had to come from outside.
Correct.
There are no brick factories in the hood.
Right.
Correct.
Pallets of them and stuff.
Yeah.
Come on, man. You can't go to the Home Depot and get a whole pallet of bricks.
Yep. So, you know, we got to make some noise in this election. Vote.
Yeah.
I don't care if you don't like Kamala Harris. First off, if you're going to dislike her, research her before you just listen to a social media read a social media article or read because somebody says she was a prosecutor. Actually look at what she did, how she did it. Look at Biden, contextualize the time. And what a lot of people don't remember, the crime bill in the 90s, they say, well, Joe Biden was the architect and all that. Guess who supported it? A lot of black people, a lot of black elections, a lot of in the black community, a lot of black pastors supported the crime bill.
Absolutely.
At the time, they realized it was a mistake after the fact. But at that time, it was universally supported.
Do you think it's possible that we as a people are finding reasons not to like Kamala Harris?
I like her.
Yeah, because I've confronted a few people. I've confronted a few people, and I was gentle about it, but they told me they didn't like her. And I said, do you know her? They said, no. I said, do you know anyone that knows her? No. But they say, have you researched her? No.
Yeah.
So then I told them about an incident. I was at the initial rally for Obama in Virginia, I think it was. I'm up in the suite with the black governor of Virginia, some major political figures, and Mrs. Obama comes out on stage, and the African American women in the booth with us, in the suite with us, started to criticize the way she dressed. It was a way to disapprove of her. So I said, well, what's wrong with her dress? Well, she has her arms out. She's not dressed like a first lady.
Wow.
I said, which first lady are you talking about? So they started naming Bush and all those other people. I said, number one, she's not Bush. And then I had to ask the Lord to forgive me after the meeting was over. I said, and if you could wear your arms out, you would.
Good shade.
Come on, Bishop.
They just mad because their
I
arms are
was sick
bomb.
and tired of them looking at her and trying to find something to criticize so they didn't have to vote for her husband.
Yes. Yes.
I think just as much as we're dealing with racism now, we're also dealing with sexism now. And I feel like there's so many people that are afraid to see a woman in office. I think they're so afraid of that. And I think that's so wrong, because how can you say that we're all like, you know, we're supposed to be this diverse, you know, country. We're supposed to be embracing diversity. But how can you say you embrace diversity if you don't support this woman? You know what I mean? Like it's just baffling to me.
It's basic. It's envy and jealousy.
Yeah.
You know, I saw Andrew Young confessed that he did not vote for Obama.
Wow.
Because
Did he give a reason? Did he give a reason?
And I quote, he said, I didn't realize, now it's Andrew Young, said, I didn't realize it was also a race issue.
Wow.
I'm like, how does Andrew Young not know that the first black candidate, real black candidate for president, that race was not going to be involved?
Yeah.
Right. Right.
So he said he voted for his long-term friendship with Mrs. Clinton. Well, I knew Mrs. Clinton too. There was no way I was going to vote against Obama.
Right. Right. But it's like when we had the women deacons.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
you would have thought the women would have supported them.
I was so wrong.
You would have thought Pastor Prescott, all them.
It was terrible.
Yep. Yep.
I can believe. Wow.
The guys are protecting them.
Maya's mother
Yep.
took heat
Mm-hmm.
from women.
Wow. Wow.
They knew that Pastor Nick and I had their backs. You know, but it was, I'm thinking the ladies are going to like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Whole lot of women didn't even show up at the ordination.
Yep.
Wow.
It was terrible.
Wow.
But I understand the significance of the change.
Yeah.
Necessary.
Yeah.
Pastor Nick, I remember one lady, because I had to teach on it, of course, so people would know it's a biblical basis. One lady came to church twice the Sunday I was teaching because she was looking for something to be wrong with the lesson I was teaching regarding the ladies that were being promoted to deacon. It was terrible.
Absolutely.
For no other reason than it was a woman.
Yep.
By women.
Yep. Chewed her on up. And they even did that to Hillary Clinton. White women. It's one of the big reasons that Trump's in office today. You would have thought after the derogatory terms about grabbing them and doing stuff that the white women would have said, you know what, let's support this one.
They didn't care that much.
They didn't. They did not.
They weren't offended enough.
Yep.
I think African Americans have a historic obligation to vote this woman into office. It may never happen again.
Yep.
You're right.
We're gonna make sure it does.
Yeah. But you know what's crazy though? There are some people that are saying, African Americans are saying, that don't give me that. My ancestors died for me to vote. That was back then. This is now. I'm like, y'all are some of the that's the dumbest comment. One of the dumbest comments I've ever heard.
Yep.
They and other things when people say I'm not my ancestors, you know, I ain't putting up with that. First off,
Right.
That's offensive to our ancestors because it's easy to say what you would or wouldn't do when you're not in slavery, when they couldn't for real kill you and get away with it. Not like now where they go through a process. There was no process most of the time before.
Right.
So don't sit there and say I ain't my ancestors, you know, like they were a bunch of punks and couldn't manage nothing.
Some of the stresses that my grandparents went through, I'm not sure I could have borne up under that.
Yep.
I'm not sure that I wouldn't have moved my house when after the Ku Klux Klan showed up on the front yard. I'm not sure I wouldn't have moved.
Yep.
My grandfather, they didn't move.
Yep.
I'm not sure I wouldn't have tried to call the police. He went out on the front porch with a shotgun. And said, we're going to die out here today. You going with me, you going with me, and you're going with me.
Yep.
That's a whole lot of brother. You hear me?
Absolutely.
Grandpa was about it.
Right.
My grandmother said, if you die out here tonight, I'm dying with you. She wouldn't go back in the house.
That's right.
Yeah.
You need a real one.
Right.
Oh,
Grandma.
no joke.
Right.
Like people, it's easy for us to say what we would or wouldn't have dealt with during slavery or the civil rights movement. You're not getting hoses on you. You know, you're not getting dogs barked on you. And it's not that they didn't want to fight back. They understood the longer term. If we fight back the way we want to, it's going to negatively affect the movement. So let's do it this way to benefit us long term. But
people also like to act like slavery was so long ago. Like my grandfather was born a slave and he's still living. Like he escaped when he was what, 12?
How old is he?
He's only 80.
Wow.
I mean, I know that's a long time. That's old, but like
no,
you mean sharecropping?
No.
No, he was a slave.
Where at?
In the Carolinas.
Carolinas, yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Like, and he escaped and like he ran away and came up to Jersey.
Wow.
Pastor Nick, don't be. Some people have been liberated, but you can still drive through parts of Mississippi and see black folk living by the side of the road in shacks with no running water.
Oh no, my folks are from down there. That's why I asked, was it sharecropping?
Yeah, no.
Because
they call it sharecropping.
Yeah, but sharecropping was slavery.
Yeah.
You had what much?
Yeah. It was a legal way to keep you a slave.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So our grandparents, they still got places where dirt roads are back there, and they back there where the house is like 100 feet away.
Right. Yep. In the woods.
Well, let me ask you guys, because I think someone asked in the comments that what's going to get the millennials out to vote, and I feel as though that having platforms like this, and because of Bishop and Pastor Nick, we're able to have open discussions like this on our platform. I feel like there's a lot of leaders that are not stepping up to the plate to have this conversation and have this discussion with millennials because they're afraid of the repercussions of having this conversation.
Yeah,
you're absolutely right. Because there are repercussions.
Yeah.
You get disinvited for speaking your mind.
Yeah.
Everybody's so sensitive now.
So what we had to do, I got disinvited for speaking our minds, but then we became a political juggernaut in New Jersey. So now the very people that disinvited us are calling us around election time to get our, but you have to develop into that. But I spoke my mind in a couple real key situations that I can remember. And there were repercussions. We ended up in the newspaper one time with a false kind of article because they wanted to kind of de-emphasize who we were.
Yeah. But I mean, it
front page.
Wow.
And wasn't the retraction like a little small piece in the back somewhere?
Right.
When they called me to ask me for support, I waited until he called me to ask me for support. And then I went in on him. Not in a way that would get my reputation soiled. But I went
Yeah.
Because they needed our support at that point. And I said they weren't.
Yeah. It's something. It almost seems like now you're looking at two different Americas.
Absolutely.
You got, this is no longer the Republican Party. This is the Trump Party now.
Yeah, it is.
And one side is like in this one bubble where it's like everything over here is right. Other side, the same thing. And those of us that are mostly in the center, we feel like we're by ourselves. You're politically homeless because the right's too far right, the left's too far left. And it looks like literally we're looking like we're two separate nations, like this, like right before the Civil War. That's what it almost feels like a little bit.
You were trying to find a comfortable place in a nest of thorns.
Yeah.
There's no real comfortable place that we can, so we got to kind of make a place. But I believe that the contrast is so stark this time that you'd have to be foolish to vote for 4 years of the same thing.
Right.
Because if we think he's been out of control up to now, if he gets reelected,
he's going off.
It's going to be 4 of the most unbelievable years, and I don't mean that positively, that we've ever experienced with a president.
Yeah, it's going to be something. My fear, this is my fear. My concern is the election day and the day after. We're going to see some stuff happen. Some people hitting the streets doing some stuff, either some violence or something. Whoever side wins, the other side is going to respond some type of way.
Right.
One of our security guards told me today that he saw a tape of the young man that killed the 2 people and injured another walking down the street with his hands up and the automatic weapon across his chest. And as he was walking down the street with his hands up, one of those SWAT team vehicles with the guy at the top with a weapon in his hand was approaching him. He had his hands up with the weapon upon him, and the police vehicle waved him on. Had that been an African American man,
oh please,
hands up or not, with an automatic
They
weapon
just shot him down.
and news reports that some people have been killed,
Yep.
there's no way they would have told him just keep walking.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that is indicative of a larger problem even than the young man.
Right. Yep.
That's even true. Like I should have saved it, but on social media, they had showed like this article where, he obviously killed those two people. So it was this article that had a picture of him cleaning up the streets, and they're like, oh, well, he was cleaning the streets hours ago, trying to justify like, oh, well, he was being a human before, but let that have been an African American, they would have tried to dug all that person's past up and try to put it front page. But him, they had a picture of him looking innocent, cleaning like the walls of graffiti and stuff. I'm just like, he just just traveled to another state to hurt people.
And and his gun he was illegal. He was not old enough to have the gun.
Exactly. So
against the law to have the gun.
Why are we showing this picture of him to try to like change the narrative?
But
there's no way you can change it.
They do that all the time, though. It'll be like, oh, they had such a bright future. And, we've seen that with the guy who they bought to Burger King after he murdered all those people. You know what I mean? So, like, that's just something that happens.
What's that we've been saying is who determines what?
Yep.
Who does it determines what happens to you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I was walking down the street with an automatic weapon across my chest and my hands raised, and they just heard I shot two people, I doubt seriously if the police would just gone by me.
Absolutely.
Right.
Or offering them some water.
Yeah. You probably wouldn't have even needed the weapon. Just walking past with your hands up, it's like you're guilty. Like,
right.
Like, what are you doing in this area? What did you see? It's like, whoa, you're just walking.
Imagine having this argument with another black person, trying to justify the young man's having a gun.
I saw the newscaster that you talked to me about, Pastor Nick.
Which one?
Where the guy said if the people hadn't been out there rioting, he wouldn't have killed anybody.
Yep. The police chief. Yep.
What?
If the people hadn't been doing what they were doing, he wouldn't have killed anyone.
Yeah, that was crazy. Like they actually said that.
Unbelievable.
What? Like where?
Not justifying and not justifying it at all. Not giving a reason to if the young man hadn't been shot 7 or 8 times in his back, these people wouldn't have been out here protesting and rioting. Not giving the rioters an excuse, but giving this 17-year-old boy an excuse.
Yes.
And not even attempting to establish a false equivalency. They're so brazen, they don't even try to establish an equivalence.
Yeah.
And you're supposed to, and the maniacal look on their faces when they make these assertions just galls me to my heart.
Yep. Yeah. And to be able to publicly say that with no ramifications, and basically say that this guy was doing what he felt like was right, but the protesters were wrong, and nothing happened.
I saw the Fox commentator. I didn't see the police chief made the statement.
The police chief made the statement originally on the day after, and then Tucker Carlson was saying that he's a hero.
Wow.
Again, now imagine a black person owning a gun, illegal gun, crossing state lines, which is a federal crime, shooting a couple people. I'm not sure if he would be called a federal, a hero.
So let me ask, I've got this theory. You guys tell me I'm wrong. I'm willing to be wrong. I've got this theory that there is a national white supremacist element in law enforcement.
Oh yeah, that's real.
Yes, that is clear.
Yeah,
that's real.
Yeah,
that's real.
Absolutely.
That's real.
Yeah.
Which is why I think a lot of them are operating without any impunity. And just believe, okay, I've done it, but they're going to take me to the process and I'll be okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because no incident seems to slow them down.
Yep.
At all.
And then I begin to wonder if some of these are really executions. And I'm not a conspiracy person, but if you're on tape,
right,
and you do something like this, where you asked to do it so you could flare up something to to cause some kind of systemic disruption because it's beneficial for us during an election cycle.
Yep.
Well, it just goes to show you Breonna Taylor's killers are still walking, but protesters who are peacefully protesting are getting arrested. People that have not killed anyone is getting arrested for protesting for those killers to get arrested. What it contradicts itself. It's just like, what?
I mean, even the George Floyd situation, like, it just looked really suspect. The whole, like,
I don't understand that one.
Like, it was a lot going on. And then I don't know if you guys saw, but they had different angles from different videos. So, like, the one video that everyone has seen where he's laying on the ground and the one man's on his neck, and somebody shot it from a different angle, and there you can't really see you can't see anybody there. And so it's like, what is that? Like, what's actually going on? Like, what's actually the truth there? You know,
Yeah.
There's so many variables or so many false truths happening.
Yep.
Yeah. And I honestly think that's one of the factors why millennials are afraid to act out and go vote, because they're just like, they don't see any change, and it's really hard for them to stay encouraged. But, you know, you should still want to go out there, because that's what's going to make a change. Once you, like you said, Bishop, use your voice. That's what, you know, you can't be afraid of. You can't walk away from it. You know,
you can't just use your voice to complain. You've got to use your voice to attempt to make a change.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember somebody saying that racism is so American that if you come against racism, people feel like you're coming against America.
Absolutely.
It's so ingrained in our system that it feels like an attack on the country.
Because racism hates to be confronted. Hates to be acknowledged. It would rather exist in silence.
Yep.
I feel like all the other countries are laughing at us.
They are.
No, they are.
Yeah, like America's going through it.
When President Trump was being elected, I was getting text messages from all over the world asking the same question. What are you guys doing over there? What's happening over there? We can't believe what we're seeing.
Wow.
I got them from around the world. I'm like, yo, guys, it's like 1 o'clock in the morning here.
Yeah.
We want to know what you guys are doing.
I have a question, because I've heard multiple times from Black folks say, like, because when you bring up Obama, I've heard people say, like, oh, Obama didn't do anything for Black people. Like, why would we vote for anybody else who he, like, recommends? What do you guys, like, think about that?
Well, I think what we're asking our white presidents to do, President Obama attempted to do. And that was to govern the entire country.
Correct.
And not appear as though he was playing favorites with anyone. Because we are extremely passionate when we think someone is being favored over us.
Yeah.
And we almost, because of our history, we think that, and rightfully so, I believe the emotion is correct. Because of our history, we think that other people that feel that way don't have a right to feel that way. But Pastor Nick taught me something when he said that equality feels like oppression to people who have been in charge for a long time.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's true.
It's true. People that say Obama didn't do anything for them at first haven't done their research, number one. Number two, they thought because he was Black, he was going to come and rescue the whole hood. We were putting the responsibility on him, as I think Bishop just said it, that we weren't putting on any other president.
Right.
And people thought, well, he's going to fix it all. We ain't got to do nothing because he's going to do it. And then you mad when you didn't do anything.
Tell me this. Why are we saying that President Trump is a good president because of the economy stimulation? And we're not saying the same thing about Obama, who gave him an economy to work with, of which he has put in trillions of dollars of debt in the last 3 years. When did a Republican think that much debt was good?
Yep. They're justified. I heard one guy justify it by, well, we knew that was going to be the we knew ahead of time that's how much the debt was going to go up. But knowing about it ahead of time doesn't mean that it's right. Like, come on.
Some of the justifications are just, I'm glad I'm a pastor that doesn't curse.
That's cute.
That's cute.
Oh, my sides.
You too well,
You're
Bishop.
good. You're good, Bishop. You're good.
Bishop,
Keep going.
your membership started laughing. Just that you.
Oh gosh.
So
Bishop is hilarious.
I think what people got is that you got some tokens that Trump did.
Oh,
All this
that-
week was nothing but tokens.
Well, I'm not even talking about just that token piece,
Oh.
but little token principles to help HBCUs in the beginning. They did give some money to HBCUs.
Did they?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they did.
They did. They gave some. They gave them some money in the beginning.
what kind of money?
Like
Right.
they gave him some real money. Seriously, they did.
What kind of real money?
I don't remember the numbers, but they you could fact check that he did give them some real money, but that was in the beginning. In the beginning,
Was that this during the same time? I'm not sure what the lady name is, but she had her feet on the couch in the Oval Office.
Omarosa?
No, it was a white lady.
No,
you mean Kellyanne Conway?
the one that just quit. Kelly.
Yeah, the one that just quit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was it during that time, Bachelor Nick?
I think it was around that time.
Okay.
But all I'm saying is that there were just like little token things.
But I thought when he did the photo op with them,
Yeah.
that
I
it turned
thought
out to be just a photo op, and they walked out of there with nothing.
Yeah. Now that was a photo op, yes. But there was a time where they did give some money to HBCUs,
Okay.
but it wasn't what they were bringing to the table though, because HBCUs are still
Let me tell
struggling
you.
for the most part.
Let me tell you.
Struggling.
Having been chairman of the board for 4 years for an HBCU, the oldest HBCU in the nation, the Lincoln University of Oxford, Pennsylvania,
Yes.
of which I just happened to graduate from,
Yes.
what they called the Black Princeton back in the day.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And that's because the Princeton professors were the adjunct professors at Lincoln.
Mm-hmm.
So we had Albert Einstein as our science teacher. We had some of the greatest mathematicians of the time as teachers at Lincoln.
Oh.
So he taught there more often. Albert Einstein. I saw a picture of that.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's no joke. And turned out some of the most brilliant. 50% at the time, for years, 50% of all professionals came from Lincoln University. Lawyers, doctors, politicians, they all came out of Lincoln. However, I digress.
Bishop, do you have an autobiography out yet?
Do I have
Right.
I need
No,
to
we
have
need
one.
one.
Huh? Cool.
So the disparity is this. Penn State University used to get 184 million.
Mm-hmm.
Temple University would get 105 or 110 million. Drexel would get maybe 90 million. And Lincoln would get 25.
Wow.
25,000?
25 million.
I'll tell you about me. Okay.
Then they cut our allocation,
Mm-hmm.
cut Penn State's down to 165 million.
Mm-hmm.
These are round ballpark figures. Temple was like 95.
Mm-hmm.
Drexel got like 85. And we got 13 million that year.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So there's no wonder the inequity in state allocations
Mm-hmm.
with Black politicians on the trustee board
Yep.
used to infuriate me.
Mm-hmm.
And we wonder why. There's another reason. The disconnected relationship that alumni have with their universities, HBCUs, is a problem.
Yep.
Because we brag on our institutions, we don't support them.
Mm-hmm.
Woo!
And that's consistent also with the church.
Mm-hmm.
Go to the greatest church in the world. Do you give to church? Nah, God hasn't led me that way yet. But I digress again. I digress.
Call you
So
people out.
there's a disparity in allocation. And the money he gave the HBCUs pales in comparison
Yep. That's the thing. Yep.
to the money that majority of universities receive.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
The reason these endowments are so big are because the alumni are so faithful at the majority of universities.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Black folk are content to go to homecoming.
They want to party. That's
They
it.
want to party, but they don't want to give back.
Mm-mm. I remember having a conversation with the alumni. I used to meet with them every quarter. I had a conversation with them, and they wanted me to build them a alumni building on the campus.
Mm.
And I said, okay, this is what I want you to do. I want you to get all 35,000 alumni. I need $100 a month from them for the next 12 months. And I can build that and improve the campus also.
Mm-hmm.
Conversation was over.
Yep. Yep.
Because we brag about our institutions, we tend not to support them.
Yep. Here's Yolanda always coming with the facts.
Mm-hmm. Sister Yolanda.
You know, she always calls them 45 appropriated 360 million. Yeah. Yeah. Trump gave the Trump administration was 365 million HBCUs in 2018. Okay. 2010, Obama gave 328 million. So it was still not as people were making it like it was this huge gap between.
It was what
was given.
He just gave a little bit more than Obama did. That's what he wanted to do.
Just enough.
Yeah, just enough.
That's his biggest thing is like making Obama look bad. Like he's such a punk.
Most of the HBCUs are in economic trouble.
Yep.
Yes, they are.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they are.
Closing down.
Yep, they are.
You know, so and they realize that money is for like show because it won't bail the universities out.
Yeah.
I don't know how many HBCUs there are. If you take 360 million or 328 million and divide it by all the HBCUs.
Yeah, that's not a lot.
That number is not large anymore.
Yeah. Not at all. Not at all.
Especially when one university is getting 113 million or however many, you know.
It probably averages out to between $2 and $5 million a school.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Jeez.
So it looks huge to us, but it's not huge when it hits your bank account.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
That's so true.
Wow. So y'all get out there and vote. It's 8 o'clock already. Y'all get out.
Wow.
Yeah, get engaged.
This is only the first topic.
Yeah. This is really the only topic. We kind of hit on everything. The social injustice, you know, the whole thing. But we got some funny stuff to close out on. Maya, can you put the picture up? And we'll get you out the way first so you can we can clown on you.
Gosh.
All right.
Is it
This is so black.
When you eat a piece of chicken, are you number 1, 2?
I can't see it. I don't know.
Or look at your text message. I texted it to you. It's up.
I don't have my phone.
We can see
I can't see it though.
Where's your phone at?
I left it in the car. Okay, it's coming up now. All right, I think I am. This is tough for me because
it's tough.
How is it tough?
Because if it's too fatty, like I don't like it.
Oh, Jesus.
Maya, you better not say 1.
I was going to say 3.
Stop lying. You're like,
I'm not that bad. I'm not that bad. I'm more of a number 3.
You're number 3?
Or yeah.
You leave enough chicken on the bone to feed a needy Nigerian family.
Like if it's sometimes there's like the nerves in it. Like I don't like that stuff. That's the only reason why it would be 3. If it's not 3, then it's 4.
You ain't never been hungry.
That's what I was getting ready to say, Pastor Nick.
You ain't never been hungry.
He's never been hungry before.
That's
right.
hard.
Right.
I'm just saying.
You're number 3.
Oh, that's pitiful.
That's why Bishop, this is why we get her out of the way first with food stuff. Jody, are you marking this down as Kevin always says?
Yes, Jody is in the comments. She said 5 is easy.
See, Jody's Caribbean. I was gonna say I know a lot of Caribbean people that go for that little cartilage part at the top.
Yeah.
So Jody, please take these notes down. Please. Thank you, ma'am.
All right, y'all heard, because it's easy to tell. Number 5 is where my whole family is.
Yes.
Are y'all Caribbean?
No, we're not Caribbean, but we can clean a bone.
Oh.
Looks like it's ready for the museum.
Yes.
The museum.
Oh
my
God.
Yes. Yes.
Learned it from my grandparents. It's a skill set.
Yes. Desiree, what are you?
I would say 4.
Okay.
But see, yeah, because that cartilage piece I'm gonna leave there because I'm not chewing on that.
Mm-mm.
But
That's
I
why
will.
That's why you're so short, Des.
You ain't got no protein in you.
I
You didn't need the cartilage. That's why you're so short.
You ain't got no protein.
Do I have time now? Like, should I start?
No,
Mr. English.
The disrespect.
So
Tell the truth. Don't be lying. Don't be lying either. Tell the truth. Do not be
When
lying.
you start off with so.
Tell the truth.
is that what you think, don't you, Pastor Nick?
Yes.
Yes.
That's horrible. If I had to choose, though, I'm like a 4.5. But if I had to choose, I'll be a 4.
Another one.
Okay. Another 4. Okay.
Never been hungry. Never been hungry.
Yeah.
No, never been hungry.
Number 4 was pretty.
Not that
cool,
hungry.
though.
Right.
He always had 2 or 3 pieces of chicken on his plate.
Yeah, thank you. Number 4 still got meat and skin on there and stuff. Come on.
See, the end of it with the little sauce piece, I'd probably catch that. But like the top, I'm leaving alone.
It's the gristle for me. I can't do that part.
You don't like the gristle?
No, that shouldn't be that. You shouldn't eat that. But
Who says?
I'm saying it.
Never been hungry.
Yeah.
That is so funny.
Why did Maya leave?
She was shamed out. Kevin,
All right, so I'm gonna go.
don't let us down, Kevin.
So, this is a hard one because I see where you're coming from with 4, but number 5. Now that is when you is hangry, like not hungry, you're hangry, right? And then you're also with number 5. You're sharing a couple wings with the family member, so there's no more wings, so you try to get all the meat that you can. But I think I have to agree with Kev. I'm a 4.5.
Hey,
4.5.
hi, catch the white
now
shirt
listen.
today.
It's the white shirt. It's the holiness today. That's what it is. But no, if it's some garlic Parmesan wings, it's a number 5 for me.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. It matters what type of chicken it is, because if it's fried chicken, that's a different story.
You ain't eating all that.
Barbecue wings.
Stop lying. Stop lying.
I'm just.
Now, my,
You eat the gristle on fried chicken?
What'd you say?
You eat the gristle on fried chicken?
They eat the what on fried chicken?
You don't even know what the gristle is. See, look.
No, you're breaking up. I can't hear you.
Oh gosh.
I thought it was all African Americans on this call tonight.
So talking about like you taking my black card?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Is that the black card? Okay.
measuring our blackness on
Then it's the
chicken.
black card then. It's the black
The
card.
black card got revoked tonight,
Crazy.
Bishop. Oh Lord.
My black card been revoked. It's okay.
She's getting used to it.
Yeah. Yeah. Most times I'm a number 5, but if it's not that good, I'll just eat I'll be at number 4, because sometimes some people if the wings aren't that good, it's almost like you kind of just eat around it. But good ones, you tear them bad boys up.
If they're smoking.
Yeah, you go in.
You get the wing ready for them.
You going in? That's one of
Wait,
those
what you do,
meals.
Pastor Nick? Oh, okay.
That's how you.
Look. Bishop can attest to this. Back in the day, kids, you would give them a piece of chicken, right? And they would tear that chicken bone up.
Absolutely.
They would eat the chicken and the gristle, walking around the house like this. Train them up.
Like to be hungry.
Yes.
So, Pastor Nick, I'm tired of you trying to come for us millennials like you're not in this group, sir.
I'm not in your group. I'm not in your group.
He
So
likes to say tweener.
my thing is like this: if you're like a 1, 2, or 3, just get chicken tenders. Why eat the wing? Just get
No,
boneless
not chicken tenders. Get them the little chicken balls that you get from Walmart.
You need a bone in.
No, if you want to leave meat on the bone, why get chicken with the bone?
body
Get chicken tender. What's the difference? It's chicken.
Listen,
I don't know.
if
That's not
you're-
my life. I'm just trying to speak up for them.
If you are number 1, your mom is telling you you're not leaving that dinner table till all that food's gone.
That was low key toxic though, because as a child, your stomach is small.
Chicken pot pie.
Right. Look, my grandparents. Look, you ask for something, you better eat every single part of that
sir,
food.
buddy.
You are not getting it from that table,
Yes, sir, buddy.
and then make you eat it too.
Yes, sir, buddy.
Starving kids in Africa. They say
Y'all
that.
starving
Oh yeah.
Get your grill on in a minute.
Is there like a black parent book out here? Because it feels
I
like no
think
matter where you
so.
go, black
Across the
parents say the
board.
same thing over and over. I feel like it's a book that it's like a class you got to take.
Mhm.
Somewhere out there.
I remember my Nana told us a story about like, cause she used to watch kids, like she always had a house full of kids, and there was this one little girl she was watching that would always beg for something, and she was like making like meatloaf for something and had raw meat, and the little girl was like, "Can I have that?" And she gave her a little piece of it, and she never asked for anything ever again.
Piece of raw meat. Jesus, that can make a E. coli or something.
She never asked for anything else. She never
She gave her just enough not to kill her, but to turn her taste.
Right, exactly.
So, those grandparents had wisdom.
Yeah. especially.
Look at Maya's expression. We need to talk about hot dogs and bologna.
Yeah, right.
Yes, it's not. Look,
All I hear is hot dogs.
Yes, see?
I know it was some shade there somewhere, Bishop.
You smile.
Oh
Right.
my God.
Trying to make you smile.
Right.
Ava said down to the marrow. See, I can't. I thought that I knew people, but
Country folk would break the bone open sometimes and eat the middle, the marrow, and the bone. Yeah,
Absolutely.
Oh,
and it was
no,
good.
I'm
It's
not
good.
doing
It's
all
good
that.
for you. I'm not saying it tastes good, but they say it's good for you.
Look at Kevin English's
I know that's what I was about to say. His face, it says it all.
Des works in a health food store and she's turning up her nose.
I know. Listen, because like bone broth and all these things, I understand, but just like mentally for me, it's a lot.
Fraud.
It's a fraud.
Go get your salmon. Go get your salmon.
You know, but now I kind of want wings. Like I'm like,
Right? Me too. I'm sitting like I want some garlic parm wings. I'm like,
See?
tear them up.
If I had time, I'd go to the Stinger and get me some shrimp, but I can't do it today.
Some scrimp.
At the Stinger in Philly. Oh, wonderful.
Yes.
Worth
It's
the
like-
ride.
Every time.
Oh,
Whenever we're in Philly on the way back.
yeah, we got to go by the Stinger.
So let me ask then. You like flats or drumstick when it comes to wings? Which one would you prefer?
only flats.
Only flats?
Only flats.
What's a flat?
The flat, just the two
The
bones.
two bone piece.
The 2 bone piece, yeah.
Hey,
Isn't
Bishop,
that a wing?
you remember?
Yeah, the wing, the wing part, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Bishop, you remember I confused a flat with a thigh?
Yeah, man.
How?
Yo, get Kevin out of here.
Kevin, like, why are you telling on yourself? Kevin is telling on
How?
yourself.
I couldn't believe it.
Bishop,
Hey,
tell us the story, please. Tell us.
That's
Go ahead,
all.
Kevin, confess, man. Go ahead and confess.
No, listen, but I'm a drum. I'm gonna do drum.
You a drum?
Yeah.
Kevin, it's the white shirts tonight because I was going to say drumsticks too.
See, my man. Know what? No, it's when Bishop is on. It's when Bishop is on. I think that's what.
No,
it is.
because you were shady last time. Bishop had to get you last time. It's tonight. It's tonight. It's because we are trying to, we were talking about that voting together and stuff. We got that togetherness tonight.
Okay.
Catch us next Fresh Friday.
I'm in the middle of trash right now. Y'all talking about drumsticks.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Des.
Right in the middle.
Golly.
Y'all didn't have to look at the camera like that, like the Brady Bunch. Both of y'all looked at me.
Why don't you like drumsticks? Drums though.
No, like, because it's the perfect.
I don't either, Des.
Thank
You
you.
don't like drums
Because
either?
you have wisdom, Bishop.
I like thighs and wings.
Okay.
The flat part.
I like the whole wing and like the thigh.
Oh, we talking about when you
Same.
break it in half.
Yeah,
You got the drum.
we saying the drum.
You're messing up the wing when you break it off.
It's when people usually order wings, they get
Party
the
wings.
party wings. Yeah.
I'm offended when I ask for an order of wings and I just get that one part and the other part's missing. I get
Little
offended.
drumlet.
you want the whole thing.
I want the wing, man.
Oh, Maya, what are you?
Part of the joy is getting the meat off that little part.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. The little like tail piece. Yeah.
Maya, can you hear us?
Her
She
face
Yes, I
says
can hear
no.
you.
Oh,
Well, your face was looking
Now.
screwed up during this
Yeah.
whole conversation.
Everything's choppy.
Oh.
Oh, sorry. Well, we know what she gonna eat. She probably some little kid stuff. She probably wants a chicken tender or something.
You can't really understand what we're saying, Maya.
Chicken tenders. No, I like the wings.
She's way behind.
I know. I know.
I finished talking about that a while ago.
I think she's still on the voting part.
Disrespect.
That's hilarious.
We love you, Maya. We love you.
We love you, Maya. Yes.
Hot dogs and all. We love you.
Yeah.
See,
Right.
Shannon Brown.
Hot diggity dog.
Yeah.
It looks like Shannon Brown is the only one with some sense in these comments talking about the flats. That's what I'm saying, sis. Thank you.
We got a lot of drums in the comments.
I see
Thank
all
you.
of y'all crazy.
I don't know what's the drum is there. Everything that Gristle is just there.
Even Mama Jody said drums.
Mama Jody, Mama Jody, she gonna get you too.
She gonna get you. Ooh, write that down.
Right. All right, y'all. It's 8:13. We are past time. Don't forget to we'll let you know about driving service tomorrow morning. See how the weather is. And then of course on Sunday, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 6 o'clock, 10 times better series. Yeah. 10 times better. I was getting that better, man. 10 times better series on Sunday at 6. Recap, of course, on Monday. And events during the course of the week. So y'all get ready. Thank you guys so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Fr3sh Friday.
Don't forget about Catch the Fire tomorrow.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the way they have it set up, Catch the Fire tomorrow. We're putting up some tents. If it rains, we're going to be under some canopies at Lindenwold. And then in Camden, the workers are going to be like in this place inside distance, and people are going to walk up outside. They're going to bring the bags out to you. That's how they work it out for that. So at Woodrow Wilson in Camden. All right, y'all. Bless y'all. See y'all later.